Bookners, quarter 2's done. Let's talk about my reading. Hello everyone, this is Gabby and today we're going to be reflecting on our reading again. So, I did a video a couple months ago talking about best, worst, answering all of your questions about my reading basically for the first 3 months of the year, and now I'm doing one for the second 3 months of the year. Questions will be the same, they're all based on your lovely questions, so if there's anything you'd want me to answer next quarter, please do put it in the comments so then I see it and I can answer it. But just to start, I just wanted to give you a couple numbers. So I read 34 books this quarter. So quarter, what I say by that, I mean we're talking April, May, and June, and we're gonna talk about everything I read in these 3 months. Everything else doesn't exist. So 34 books read, which is exactly the same as last quarter. So I think I had my best month and my worst month this quarter, so they kind of equal each other out, and we're at 68 books so far this year. And the average rating was 3.9, whereas last quarter it was 3.89. Goodness me, wow. Things really don't change. I'm very consistent. But let's get into questions. So, any DNFs? Nope, no DNFs this quarter. Best cover. I mean, it has to be A Magic Steeped in Poison by Judy Lee. So, this cover is not only gorgeous, it is also unavailable in the UK because this book doesn't come out till September. Can you believe that? Both of the books will be out in the US by the time the first one comes out in the UK. I don't get it, but you do. But I went to New York for a holiday and went, of course, on a shopping spree, and I had to get this one. This was one of my top lists because I actually can't get it here, and it's so absolutely gorgeous, like detailing on it, and it's just like so many details when you look into it and you've read the book. You can see like the tea, the fish, the tea over here as well. It's just so bloody good. Oopsie daisy. Ooh. This is the bookshop I got in, Shakespeare & Co. And the inside is absolutely gorgeous, and even the inside naked, it has a little, I don't know if you can see that. Can you see that? It's got a little fish, and then it's purple. It's absolutely freaking gorgeous. And look how beautiful that is. Absolutely stunning inside and out, because this was such a good book. So maybe I should actually tell you what it's about. Magic Steeped in Poison is a YA fantasy. We follow our main character who is kind of known in this art of brewing tea. So in this world, tea is kind of magic. Tea brewing is considered like magic. You can brew a tea to make someone stronger. You can brew a tea to like, get into someone's mind and all that kind of stuff. And there's a tournament going on where the main character is going to join, and the tournament is to become the royal tea brewer. But I love this book. It's so well written. The characters are so good. Everything about it I loved. I need to reread it so that I can actually, break in this bad boy. And I love how it's kind of like a small hardback. So if you compare it to like this type of hardback, it's so tiny, and I love that. And it's just like, I have a hardback, but it's not massive, and it's not a big book in general, but I loved it so much. I needed to have a physical copy, especially because it's so bloody beautiful. And now I'm like, when the hell will I get book 2? I mean, my boyfriend might be visiting again, so this time I'm gonna be like, you go and buy book 2, please. I cannot wait. I just simply cannot. Next question is worst cover. I there's not many that were terrible, but I think A Good Marriage by Kimberly McCreight was really basic. Like, it's a very standard thriller, and it's kind of old, but I got it from the library. I've returned it since, but it's just very basic. It's just like a woman with a coat. It's like, alright, whatever. But this, and I saw like other editions of that one, and I didn't like that either. But in this one, it's a thriller, and we follow a woman who's a lawyer, and her friend from college calls her up and is like, hey, got accused of killing my wife. Can you help? And that's basically the plot. And it was alright. It wasn't amazing. Most surprising. Book of Night by Holly Black. I mean, I've read the Cruel Prince series, so I know how addicting her writing could be. But in this one, it wasn't so much addictive as it was actually good. I know, it's shocking. But like, the improvement, like, it's so good. So Book of Night is Holly Black's newest or first ever adult fantasy, and in it we follow a world where shadows have kind of like magic to them, so you can manipulate shadows, you can steal them, that gives you special powers. So it's all about shadow magic, and we follow a girl who used to be like a bounty hunter, but she's since like moved on from that life, and now she kind of gets dragged back. I really liked it. It was well paced, it was fun, it was thrilling, it was action packed, it had compelling characters. It's kind of unknown whether this is a standalone or it's gonna be a series. Standalone, it kind of works, but I just feel like it definitely deserves a sequel. And it's not as addictive, like I said. It's not like that super addictive quality that Cruel Prince has, but I think the writing just so much better, and everyone seems more mature, which makes sense because it's adult. And I was shocked how much I liked it, gave it 5 stars. I wanted to buy that while I was out in the US as well, but it was kind of insanely expensive. Like unreasonably expensive, so I didn't. Because I probably could get it so much cheaper here. But yeah, it was fun. I really liked it. Most disappointing. This one has to go to Siren Queen by Ni Vo. So this book is a historical fiction / flight fantasy, and in it we follow a woman, a Chinese American woman, or a girl to begin with, who dreams of becoming a Hollywood star. So it's set in 1900s, 1920s, I don't know, whatever the golden age of Hollywood was. It's set there, and it's kind of like got this like all this allegory of like the exploitation people went through during the time period, and I just thought it would hit so much harder than it did. I really enjoyed Ni Vo's other works, like Empress of Salt and Fortune and Tiger Came Down the Mountain. Really liked those. But the full-length novel, I kept wanting more from it. I just felt like there's so much you can do, and I didn't feel like the magic really added too much, because I feel like it still kind of glanced over how bad it could have been. I don't know, it could have shown more, because I feel like it was a really bad period. And the magic, I thought, would make it more impactful, because it's like, wow. But like, no, really, I don't know, I didn't get that at least. So for me, it was disappointing, because I was really, really excited for it. And I got an arc and everything. But no. Most unforgettable / the one with the longest or lasting impression, I guess. I would say Extasia by Claire Legrand. So this book is a cult book, and we follow like a world that's kind of post-apocalyptic, and we follow a very closed-off religious community, and in it we have Amenity, who's the main character, and she is a very pious, devoted religious girl, but of course in this world women are subjugated, treated as less than, and actually it's believed that women have caused the world to collapse. So this is kind of futuristic dystopia where everything kind of went to shit, and they blame women for that. Men start dying in the community, and the main character kind of gets acquainted with this coven of witches to figure out whether they're talking to the devil and the devil's killing the men, or like what's happening. But basically she wants to infiltrate this devil's coven. Went really wild, where I wasn't even expecting it. I really liked this book. I thought it was really all about female rage. This is why I made a video talking about female rage, but I thought this was a really good book with very interesting things to say and very brutal, quite graphic, and I think it's like a horror actually, so that's why I would say it had a very lasting expression. I still sometimes think about it. It's really good. Next up, we have most unputdownable. So first one I would say My Mechanical Romance by Alexen Farrell Fullmouth, which is alternate name for Olivia Blake, who's the author of Atlas 6. And in this one, it's a YA contemporary romance, and we follow a girl who kind of doesn't know what she wants from life, and she just moved, so she's kind of looking for new friends. And we follow a boy who's a little bit type A, perfect boy, perfect at perfect grades, perfect attendance, perfect everything, and he's super really into like mechanics and building robots, and they have like a robot building club at school, and she ends up joining, and it's like a romance, but it's so damn adorable. I read this for my Bookopoly reading vlog, and I had such a great time. It was really fun, really cute, really addicting. It's not spicy or anything, like I said, it's YA, but it just felt so pure-hearted. It made me so happy, and I really loved it. Couldn't put it down. Like, I loved every second of it. And an honorable mention was Dial A for Aunties by Jesse Q Tanto, which is a kind of not really a cozy thriller, a romance thriller about a girl who kills her date and then has to kind of deal with the disposing of the body during an wedding. It's very weird, but it's really good. So I had a good time with it. Then we have most average. So for that, I would say Rock, Paper, Scissors by Elise Feeney. So Elise Feeney is the author that wrote His and Hers, which I thought was a brilliant thriller. But Rock, Paper, Scissors is, again, a contemporary thriller, and we follow a married couple who goes to this retreat in the Scottish mountains and gets snowed in, and kind of weird things that start happening. And it was good. Like, it was right. I had an alright time with it. It was kind of intriguing. I felt really like flat about it. I didn't dislike it. I didn't like it. Neutral. And new author discovery. So one is definitely Judy Island. I'm definitely gonna read the sequel to this, and then anything she writes. And then also Vaishnavi Patel, who's the author of Kai, which is a retelling of Ramayana, which is an Indian story about, and this retelling is like a feminist twist on the villain queen from that one. I thought that was brilliant. It was really felt like Cersei, which I love, and I think this is an offer I'll definitely check out future works of. And yeah, those are the two I wanted to shout out. Alright, well, thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed this little retrospective look. I always like, having a look what I enjoyed during the month, what I had most fun with, and I hope you enjoyed it too. Let me know what's your favorite book you read in these 3 months of April, May, and June, and let me know if there's any questions you'd like me to answer next time. But in the meantime, thank you so much for watching. If you could comment, like, and subscribe, I really appreciate it. It really helps me out. But that's it from me, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye!